All right, hello and welcome to this short little video where we're going to look at some of the keywords from the 1000 Noun book. And in this video we're going to focus on the topic of job procedures. We're going to look at some of the words that we can use to talk about job procedures. The word that we're going to focus on today is the word meeting. And we very often use this word meeting to talk about the procedures that you need to use in your job. Okay, but first let's have a look at some of the other words that we can use to talk about job procedures. If you look here, you can see some of the other words from the book which we can use to talk about the topic of job procedures. So let's have a look and see what this says. A clear understanding of job procedures is essential for maintaining efficiency in any organization. Each day often begins with a set agenda, which may include an appointment with a client or a scheduled meeting between the manager and team members. During these meetings, the procedure is discussed in detail, and minutes are recorded to document important points, such as proposals or system updates. A well-prepared presentation may be used to explain a new job role, upcoming trip, or changes to the workflow. Negotiation can also take place during these sessions, especially when adjusting responsibilities or project scopes. Finally, reports are compiled to summarize outcomes and ensure all procedures align with company goals. So you can see here some of the other words that we are using to talk about the topic of job procedures. All right, let's have a look at our keyword again. Our keyword here is meeting. And if you look here, you can see some of the verbs that we use before meeting in a sentence. So meeting will be the object of these verbs. Okay, the verbs are have or have got, which means possession, yes. Then we have arrange or schedule, call or hold a meeting, go to and attend or take part in. Now this take part in, this is very, very common, and so is go to. We don't very often use the word attend. In Chinese you say 参加, okay? But in English it's better if you use go to a meeting or take part in a meeting. We can also have these words here, which are all about cancelling a meeting. Call off, cancel, or postpone. That all means to cancel a meeting. Then we have chair a meeting, which means to be the leader of the meeting and to organize the meeting. And a chair will usually open the meeting or to begin the meeting. And then we have also miss a meeting. All right, now if we look here at these adjectives, we can see the adjectives that we usually use with meeting in a sentence. And we've got different times of meetings. We've got breakfast, lunchtime, afternoon, all day, brief, and regular meetings. Then we have different kinds of meetings for the department, departmental meeting, or a team meeting. Sometimes you might have to have an urgent or emergency meeting. And then finally, we also have a board meeting, which is where the board of the company will have a meeting with the CEO, a board meeting. Okay, now we use these prepositions here. Look, we use meeting with someone, a meeting about something. So be very careful about these prepositions here. Okay, let's have a look at some example sentences. Are you going to the meeting with Mike tomorrow? He was asking about you. So you can see we're using go to. We don't use attend. Are you going to the meeting with? And then we have with. Another example. Can you arrange an afternoon meeting with the supplier for me? So can you arrange an afternoon meeting with the supplier for me? And another example, I would like to hold a brief team meeting in 30 minutes. Can you get everyone together? All right, so here you can see how to use the word meeting to talk about job procedures, and I hope that you will be encouraged to write your own sentences using the vocabulary in this way. Okay, thank you for watching. Hello, and welcome to this short video where we are going to look at some of the words from the 1000 book, and we're going to look at some of the words that we can use to talk about the topic of job procedures. And the word that we're going to look at today is the word negotiation. It's a very key word in business, obviously. Okay, but before, let's have a look at some of the other words that we can use to talk about job procedures. If you look at this paragraph, you can see highlighted some of the other words from the book which we can use for this topic of job procedures. Okay, so let's have a look and see what this says. Job procedures are essential for ensuring that tasks are carried out efficiently and consistently within an organization. A manager typically begins by setting the agenda for the day, which may include a presentation on a new project, a proposal for process improvement, or a report review. Appointments are scheduled to meet with clients or internal teams, often followed by a meeting, where negotiations take place to finalize details. Throughout the process, minutes are recorded to capture key decisions and procedural changes. Business trips may also be planned as part of job responsibilities, especially when system upgrades or external partnerships are involved. By following a structured procedure, the organization ensures accountability and smooth coordination across departments. So you can see here some of the other words from the book that we can use to write and talk about job procedures. Okay, let's have a look at our keyword negotiation now. And if you look here, you can see some of the most frequent verbs that we use before the noun negotiation. That means that negotiation will be the object of these verbs. And the verbs are conduct or hold, enter into, open and begin and start. They have the same meaning. Complete and conclude, they also have the same meaning. Then we have handle, and then we have resume, which means to start again after a break. Right, now if you look at this column, we can see the adjectives, the most frequently used adjectives that we use with negotiation. And the adjectives are ongoing, protracted, lengthy, or prolonged. That means that the negotiations take a long time. Then we have intensive or detailed. Don't forget the ed here. This is an ed adjective, so you need to be very careful about your pronunciation. Detailed. And then we have delicate. Delicate means the negotiations are sensitive. All right, and if you look here, after this column here, we can see these are the verbs that we use after negotiation in a sentence. So negotiation will be the subject of these verbs. So the verbs are take place, go well or go badly, then we have continue, and then we have involve or break down. Right, let's have a look at some example sentences. I don't want to enter into protracted negotiations with you about this. Take it or leave it. So we've got enter into, and then we've got protracted, means very long, negotiations with you about this. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it is what we say when you put your final deal on the table. Okay, another example. Although both sides are not happy, the negotiation is still continuing. And we've got the negotiation is still continuing. And a final example sentence, the negotiations with the union about wage increases are going badly. And here we have go badly. Okay? So that's how we can use negotiation in a sentence. And I hope that this will encourage you to write your own sentences about job procedures. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching.